Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a really great morning. I had someone ask me, I believe, how to do this vase in this particular ongoing painting and tutorial. Well, when I did the vase, it was a short, and so it was just the vase. So I'm not sure, yes, I did it as a short. So I thought what I'd do, in case that didn't happen, or I'm not really sure what happened. It may have not worked out. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. This is what I did. I basically, this will be a short tutorial of how I made the base in this particular painting. Hopefully I can remember everything that I did. So I drew it out like that, although I don't have this one centered, but that doesn't matter. And then I just got some blue, and I hope I remember which blue, but we'll start with this. Whoops. Okay, that's a little too much. Whoop. Oh dear. Oh, we're not starting out too good here. Okay. Some water got over there. Okay. I forget that this brush it just holds this incredible amount of water. It's okay. So I just, I did this part of it first. It's a wet on wet for one thing, it's wet on wet. And then I took some of the lighter, the lighter color, and I'm using a round brush. And this is a size 8, I believe, yep, 8. And I just kind of wiggled my brush around is basically what I did. It really isn't a lot to it. And then I continued to, for my darker side, I continued to come over here on this this side over here to put in, to get a darker side of it. And I just kind of wiggled my brush around because I just wanted that effect that it got for the vase. So that was just done by just wiggling my brush all around. And then what I did was I went into the mauve color and I wiggled that around. And then I went back to the blue, and I think I may have grabbed a couple of different blues. Yes, I did. I think one is I want to say a Prussian blue that I'm putting in right now, and the other one was ultramarine. I think at this point I didn't keep track, so they're just exercises. I mean, just tutorials for the channel. Nothing of a big painting that I intended to remember much for. But this is how I did it. That's pretty much the color that I believe it ended up with. And then using the really awesome point of this brush, just kind of did that. So we want a little darker in some areas and a little lighter. And again, I did this. It was this wiggly kind of thing with the brush. A little bit lighter on this side, taking some color out. Then I believe I took some sepia and I did that there and on the bottom here. I think I put a little bit of purple in with the blue to get a deeper, and a little sepia, I think, to get a stronger stand color. And then I just Yeah, I did that. I think I might have added a little bit of that color here and there as well. And then probably let this dry a little bit down here, but I know I did have some sepia for the lines, you know, going back and forth. And probably added it in here and there as well. But I didn't do too much of that. It was mostly that blue. And then come back here at the top with the and that, then I went, see, I did the mauve, so put a little more of that in there. And just, you know, I wiggled it around. Then I went into the rose color, and I wiggled that around in there. So it's really hard to get something to look the same once you've painted it again. So this is the closest I can get. I'm sorry, but hopefully that works for you, whoever it was. But that's basically how I made that vase. That, you know, looks pretty similar. We'll get a little more, I think we need the blues a little bit more. Because it always dries lighter. You know, we know that you got to make it quite a bit darker at first because it's going to dry a lot darker. And that, my friend, in a very quick little tutorial, is how I did this vase. So I think they look pretty similar. That is really the best I can. And then of course you can take a lot of that color off. And then you want to have the edge, but much lighter than the, and I, you know, also, you know, took some for highlights as well. But it was a lot of this wiggling around is what I did. Smoothed out some edges. And I hope that works for the person that was asking about the vase. I hope that this, you can be sure that it will dry just a tiny bit lighter. And then of course I drew all the flowers for this other tutorial that, whoops, there we go. The other tutorial that I am still going. This was part 1. And then they asked for the vase, so here's the vase. I hope you like it. Take care now. Check my other stuff out and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.